What it is, what it ain't. It's your girl Umbrella, and I am back with another video. You already know I'm here to slay. Okay, so we're back with another video talking about old Hollywood. We're talking about scandals. We're talking about actresses. We're talking about producers, directors. We're talking about it all. Okay, so if you're ready, keep it locked right here. It's Umbrella. Make sure that you following along with me. Make sure you like, comment below, and subscribe to this channel. So now we got that out the way. I am recording today. I do have a newfound like spirit or something today because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have officially been sworn in, so I'm so excited about that. The inauguration was actually really interesting to watch, and I found myself very captivated and very hopeful for what's to come in the future. So I thought, why not just, you know, get cute, slay some edges real quick, you know, and record for you guys. So here I am. So today we're going to continue our talk about old Hollywood. In particular, I am going to be talking about what happened with the Hollywoodland sign. We're going to be talking about how it changed from Hollywoodland to Hollywood. We're gonna do some examples of celebrity scandals, you know what I'm saying, back in the 1930s. So if you're ready, let's do this. Okay, so first we're gonna talk about the Hollywoodland sign. You know, we all know what the Hollywood sign is. It's actually a main tourist attraction. People go to California and they really want to go see that. They do the little tours so you can go see it. It's made in 1923, and it was originally not supposed to be up for too long. It was made by a housing development company, and as the movie business and the radio business was starting to grow, people were associating Hollywood land for California. So the housing development company decided to keep it up a little bit longer so that, you know, because people really liked it. So as you know, time kind of wore on. We're talking about 1920s. The beginning of 1920 was prohibition, meaning that was the public ban of alcohol, so people were going crazy. I think that's when they started to make moonshine because there was no alcohol. People that were selling alcohol were going out of business and things like that. They started making their own moonshine, or hooch as they would call it, to, you know, customers and things like that, because people love that liquor, you know what I'm saying? So it was already, you know, making people go crazy. Liquor makes people go crazy. So imagine not being able to go somewhere and buy any. Like, that's crazy. So anyway, so there was a ban on alcohol distribution going on during the 1920s. And then furthermore, we're getting down to the end of the 1920s. 1929 was the Great Depression, meaning it was the stock market crash. So all businesses were going bankrupt, and a lot of people were out of work, and a lot of people that were already like middle class were starving. A lot of people was killing themselves because they were rich and they, you know, all their money was gone and they didn't know what to do. They couldn't handle it, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a rough time in the USA, you know. Around this time, the company that made the Hollywoodland sign, they began to go under and go bankrupt as well. So they couldn't keep the Hollywoodland sign together and make sure that it was looking nice. So over the years, the letters started to come down. First it was maybe the second O, then it was the L, then it was the H fell down, and for a long time it said Hollywoodland. So then another company decided to buy it, and they cut the 4 letters off, just making it Hollywood because it was easier to maintain. So yeah, that's basically what happened. And then in 1978, Hugh Hefner, he moved to California, got the Playboy Mansion, and then he decided to restore it to a newer state so that it wouldn't like fall down because I think it was originally made and held up by like telephone poles and stuff. And with California weather, that just wasn't working, obviously, over the years. So that's really what happened with the Hollywoodland sign. Okay, so honestly, I thought it was going to be something deeper than that, but I guess it just, was a maintenance issue, and it was easier to just cut off the other letters and keep it moving. So that's what happened with that. So now we're going to get into a little bit of scandal. We're going to start with a child actor named Jackie Coogan, and he starred in 19 films when he was a kid, and he grossed over $4 million in his career as he turned 18 years old, and his parents took all of his money, okay? And he was starring in movies with Charlie Chaplin, who was a famous actor around that time as well. And yeah, so he turned 18, his parents took all his money, so he sued his parents. At the end of the trial, he sued his parents, and because he had to pay for his legal fees, that cut into the $4 million. So he only ended up with $126,000 to his name after that. Hopefully, hopefully he got some. Hopefully he starred in some more films so he can get some more money. But it's very important to note that this case in particular led to the California Child Actors Bill that protects child stars against things like this happening. And I thought that was really cool because the bill protects children up until the age of 21, so that children have rights too, especially if they're actors or actresses. So that's what started this whole bill, and I thought that was cool because you can't make children just work to death, especially being an actor at a young age. Like, you can't do that and then take all that money, okay? So I thought that was cool. So then I'm going to get into some more situations with women in Hollywood and their treatment. So first we're going to talk about Judy Garland. Now, we all know Judy Garland. Most of us that are of the melanin, of the brown, we associate Judy Garland with the Wizard of Oz, period. Like, most black people know that Judy Garland is the actress from the Wizard of Oz. I do like her in The Wizard of Oz, but I personally like A Star is Born. It's a shame that that movie didn't really do so well when it first came out, but I loved it. I think I watched it twice recently, and it's like basically the story of a actual female star, It shows like how they work you to death. It shows the effect on being a star in a marriage. I just really like that. I really like that. It shows like how a woman can be so powerful as an actress, but how it can affect her life, unraveling behind the scenes. And to me, it kind of shows it kind of gives you an insight to Judy Garland's actual life. So I really thought that was good. On top of the fact that she was just singing the entire movie, it was so good. But The Wizard of Oz was a really good movie for kids to watch back in the day. Everyone, actually, the whole family. I enjoy watching that movie with my brothers and sisters. And in particular, getting older and reading about this now is kind of interesting. So she really did act the hell out of that movie. But what is interesting is to note what she was going through behind the scenes of that movie. So Judy Garland, around the time that she was doing The Wizard of Oz, she was on MGM Studios, working under a producer called Louis B. Mayer, and he put her on a strict diet. And this diet consisted of black coffee, chicken soup, 80 cigarettes a day, liquor, and pills. That's all she was allowed to take or consume around the time of production, because they said, quote unquote, no one wants a fat Dorothy. Yes, and I feel like she was nothing but, she may have been 16 years old or maybe 15 years old during the time of that movie. So, you know, most teenagers, we like to eat burgers and pizza and french fries. She wasn't allowed to eat any of those things as the production went on. And in the end, it did affect her in her personal life. She began to have an eating disorder for the rest of her life, actually. And she died at a very young age, 47 years old. And it's just unfortunate that, you know, the the film industry would affect a person's life so much, especially how you eat. You know, eating is a very enjoyable thing. So for them to just, you know, control her in that way, I just feel like that's disgusting. And that's an example of like the last video. If you didn't see the last video, you might want to go watch that. That's an example of the control recipe, them controlling your diet, controlling what you eat, what you consume. They also made a lot of celebrities and a lot of, especially a lot of, just a lot of women in general. They made a lot of women get abortions because I guess it interfered with time of production. So stars like Judy Garland, Joan Crawford, Betty Davis, and things, and stars like that underwent, you know, abortion procedures to get rid or terminate their pregnancy because of movies and roles. And that just puts a damper and a depression on any woman, because, you know, that's one of our powers, you know, is giving birth to a child. So to feel like you have to put stuff to the side, like something so magical to the side just for a movie, it's just sick. It's just absolutely sick to me. That's going to be it for this video. Make sure that you like, comment below, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. I have more fire on the way. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.